We on, we on, we on. Look at that. Spins around. And back from the place. Crop spraying in a heli. That's pretty sick. So your Uber Eats is here. Uber Eats Southland style. I mean, bro, I'd love to fly a heli. That stuff looks so much fun, bro. Like the turns he was doing before are wicked. Very, very dangerous though. Imagine the fishing spots you'd be able to get to. Alright, well, excuse the helicopter noise in the background, but there's not much I can do about that. For today's mission... Oh, he's taking off now, it's all good. So today we have the hardest mission I've had in a while. And what is the goal of that mission? It's to catch a fish. Now that might not sound like such a hard mission, but recently it's proved a bit of a struggle. It's the middle of winter here, everything's all frosty and cold, and the fish, much like myself, have been seemingly struggling to get out of bed a little bit. However, this is the rodcast, and it's been a bit too much hunting content recently, so that's what we're going to try and do today. Just catch a fish. Not a big one, mind you, a fish. And I have reason to actually be a little bit more hopeful than I have been on some previous missions. You haven't seen them because they've been pretty uneventful. And that reason is due to a little fish called a whitebait, which is a juvenile stage of the New Zealand native fish, the galaxids. About this time of year, into August now, so later this month and into next month, month after, big schools of juvenile stages of these fish come from the ocean and up the rivers. About that big schools of whitebait. People love to catch them, and trout love to eat them as well. And recently, over winter, all the trout go upstream, and they go up there to spawn, right into the upper reaches of the river. But I'm hoping that as the whitebaits start making their way up the bottom of the rivers, all the trout are going to come downstream to feed on them. And that brings us to today's first lure choice, which is this little guy. Little silvery diver. This is a Zip Baits Rig 56 SP. Very nice lure. Pretty shallow diving and nice and silvery, nice and long. So it should imitate those little whitebait. I'll throw a little picture up of a whitebait for reference. And as these fish come up the rivers, they won't be swimming in the middle of the current where it's a really strong current and not a lot of shelter. They'll be cruising right up against these banks in as close as they can get, where the flow is less. Also, they got a bit of protection, a bit of cover. So I'm just going to cast this little lure up along the banks, retrieve it slowly, and hopefully we can get a nice fish. You can see there's a really nice back eddy here, the main flow of the current, and then the bank kind of cuts in a little bit. So then all the water's kind of swirling there, and there's a little soft spot, a little dead spot where there's not too much current. Very, very classic spot for an ambush predator like a trout to be sitting. So he doesn't have to put too much effort into swimming against the current. And just sit there and ambush anything going past in the flow. Also the kind of spot where whitebait are likely to kind of rest up and take a little moment to sit out of the current and recover their strength before they do the next part of their journey. Alright, little lure switch up. I'm going to keep on switching lures pretty fast until I find something that works. This is a Daiwa Crusader 10 grams. It's a little metal spoon, and in that nice blue silvery colour, a little bit of pink. So again, quite flashy, but also got a bit of colour in it. The water's pretty clean, but I don't think got a little bit of murk in it, so I don't think it'll hurt to have something that stands out. nice and bright. These things have a real nice like darting action on them, which, as far as I've found, trout really like something with a lot of very aggressive action on it, very erratic. Just like, often when they follow a lure in, you can just piss them off into striking, and you'll see they just get like, basically get mad at the lure. One of the funniest trout I've caught. It's a real good fish, about 5 pounds, a few kilometers up from here in this river. It was first cast, I was using a soft plastic, casting it down along the bank like this. And right as I was winding in, I saw this big old brown trout following it in. And he was looking at it, but you could just tell he was not actually going to eat it. He wasn't really trying to eat it, just interested. And so I started doing like a figure of 8 action with my rod, like this, just in front of his face. And he was just kind of sitting there looking at it, just like, what the hell is this fish doing? And then after about 3 figure of 8s, he just went, all right, screw you, man. Bang! Just swallowed it, like, you know, probably where my lure is there. Just absolutely slammed it. Wicked fish. It was actually the reason I bought that day was the reason I bought the GoPro, because my phone was dead. I caught that with that fish. I kept him. Should be a photo now of that fish, but I didn't get a photo, you know, when he was alive. I had to wait till I was home, and I was kind of a bit mad about that. And then as I was driving back to where I live, just you know, a little bit down the coast, I was driving through this like little seashore town, and I saw a dog on the road, a little like Jack Russell kind of thing, and I was like, oh, you know, that's not good, it's gonna get run over. But then I saw the dog was chasing something, and it turns out what it was chasing was a hoihole, a yellow-eyed penguin, which is quite a big penguin, about yay big, and they're critically endangered. They're almost extinct, and like you never see them. Even when you go looking for them in the colonies, you rarely see them. So, but here in the middle of this town was this penguin being chased down the road by a dog. And fortunately, the penguin was actually bigger than the dog, so the dog was a little bit scared of it, so it wasn't actually biting it or anything. But, you know, immediately pulled the car over, jumped out of the car, chased off the dog, and then the penguin's kind of looking at me, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to leave it on the road because also it's probably going to get hit again. I was trying to like climb up this big bank on the side of the road, big hill, but it wasn't going to make it up. And I was like, man, I'm pretty sure your nest's not here anyway. So I picked him up. I actually used my pulled off my jacket and used my jacket to pick him up, because he was rightly so quite angry, quite pissed off, and kept on trying to bite me. But I picked him up in my jacket, carried him across the road down onto the beach, put him in some on the rocks, and he kind of looked at me. I don't know, he was like, oh, kind of pissed off at me, but also he was like, oh, kind of chill, bro. I don't think he knew too much what was going on, and got back in the water and swam off. And some of you are probably listening to this and being like, especially if you know how rare hoiho are, going, yeah, right, bro, sure, that happened. And that's the thing, I didn't have a phone or anything, so I didn't have a single piece of evidence. There was no one around, there's no witnesses. Went home, charged my phone and went back, but obviously he's long gone. And I was like, man, it's a few times now when something like that's happened to me, just the most crazy stuff, that I don't blame you for not believing in that. But I need to have a camera so I can film some of this shit, eh? So that's why I have a GoPro now. That's why you guys are watching this. Thanks to that hoihole. Yeah, of course, as soon as we go and try and film it, he goes into land. Fucking Murphy's Law, eh? Rod cast. Oh, we on. No, we're not. Well, if you clicked on this video because of that thumbnail and the promise of of the world's hardest fishing mission with a crazy expensive lure, I'm sorry, it was clickbait. But take it up with the YouTube algorithm, not me. No one watches your videos if you don't do crazy clickbaity things, and yeah. But just to not be a complete arsehole, I am going to throw around this lure for a bit. This is a Gangcraft jointed claw 70 sinking, and super cool lure, crazy good action on them, and yeah, they're like $60 Australian or something, which is insane. I don't think I'm going to catch a fish on it, not because the lure doesn't work, but because there are no fish around. But I'm still going to give it a throw, and who knows, maybe I will catch a monster on it and then it won't be clickbait, or maybe I'll snag it up, lose it, and absolutely ruin my day for not much chance of catching a fish. Either way, it'll be entertaining for you guys. Speaking of crazy lure challenges, I have some very good plans coming up for when there are actually fish in these rivers during the whitebait season. And one of them is to catch a trout on a surface lure. Not a dry fly, because that's pretty easy to do actually, but like a popper or a bent minnow. That's the one I think will work, because that'll be some crazy sick footage to get some surface eats. Yeah, these things look so good in the water. Well, how do you know a challenge truly is the world's hardest when you can't complete it? I think we must still be a little bit early, so hopefully in a few weeks' time we get a little bit warmer weather, the whitebaits start running, and we can actually catch a fish. However, I do feel bad that it has been a long time since we've caught anything decent on this so-called fishing channel. So as to not disappoint you guys, I'm going to throw in this clip, which is a shout out to when times were a little bit warmer and the trout were a little bit more hungry. This clip also features my good mate Yvonne, who is the lead guitarist in New Zealand's hottest new band, Ammonita. Their debut EP is out now, Walnut. Go check it out. Oh yeah, another one up further as well. Okay, we found a few rising fish now. That was on him. Yep. Yeah, took the nymph. Saw that, saw that grasshopper go under. I saw that grasshopper go under, so he took the nymph from below it. Nice. Let's go. Can I grab that net off you? I don't think he's very big. Oh, get out of the weed, mate. Oh no. Putting up a good fight. Yeah, he's only a baby, but... Yes, please. Wow. Maybe just ditch it. Huh? Maybe just ditch it, quite deep, yeah. Thank you. Sick. First one we've seen and we got him. It's not massive, not tiny. Decent. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Sick. Nice little brown, maybe 1.5 pound. And the copper john. Little fat little fish. Sick. Wow. Hell yeah.
Nice one.
Good shit, bro.
Good shit, dude.
Question for you.
Yeah.
You know in the Smiling Friends episode when Glep gets fired?
Yeah.
And then he comes back and like the office is like a war zone?
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's because of Glep?
No, it's definitely his absence. I think he's the one who keeps the peace.
Do you reckon?
Just him being there. He doesn't even have to do anything.
Or is it just an entirely unrelated happening?
Oh, it could be entirely unrelated. Yeah. So I like to think that Glep is just like...
His presence.
Yeah, his mere presence is like what? He keeps it all together.
Low-key Glep kind of pisses me off the way he's just constantly on his iPad with like 5 different like brain rot videos playing.
Well, that's why he got fired.
I also love the episode where they, when Mr. Frog gets elected,
Yeah.
and it's like only Glep's fault.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Why the fuck did you vote for Mr. Frog?" And you're like, blah, 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 blah. "Oh yeah, actually that's a very good reason."
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. Yeah. No, that episode, like, the other president that was going against Mr. Frog, he was disgusting.
Bro, he's literally Trump. He's got to be modeled on Trump.
Yeah, he has to be.
He's so horrible. He's so filthy.
I give $1 billion to everybody.
Dude, turn on the news. Doesn't matter which channel. It's like half a second of riding, no signal. Yep.
Yep.
Little guy. And he's got some go in him for a small fish. Ah, I've kind of foul hooked him, that's why. I hooked him in the fin. Yeah, a little baby. Sick. Cool little fish. See you, mate. Thanks for playing. Well, I hope you enjoyed that clip, and I hope you enjoyed the video as a whole.